News, my lovely, wonderful people. Asari Kubo don't send warning. No. It say make anybody not carry trouble come Supreme Court. So say this one be say Obi and Atiku choose to go Supreme Court. So and no one see any protesters. They will won't call protest one any nonsense. It say because it say go take a personal. It go deal with people if they try that nonsense. Say make anybody. And no one see any protesters. So this not be Nigerian police they talk so, not be Nigerian army. Now one man waiting nobody support. Now they talk all this thing. Or we did Tinubu side, Asari Kubo. They say make nobody carry anything come Supreme Court. Said if they try he said he's ready for any protesters. He said because they don't want Obi, they don't want Atiku, they don't tell them before say me they know go Supreme Court say it's the same, it's all bent in brutality, say, but they choose to go. So as they choose to go, they will bear the consequences of of whatever they are going for, and that's what he has to say. Don't bring your trouble to Supreme Court, you and your protesters, as you did during the tribunal, as Rida Kubo won Peter Obi and Atiku supporters. Make sure you mind yourself. If you are going to the Supreme Court, you better come quietly, finish and go. Nobody should bring any protesters to the Supreme Court because it will not be funny. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Let's get all the details. Amidst controversies and all going on, Asari Kubo, a strong and a staunch follower of Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu, has sent out a message warning as many as possible that are thinking of coming to the Supreme Court to protest, insisting that their candidate won. I've told you before, your candidate did not win. The judges cannot wake up one morning and every single one of them saying you did not win. They have looked at all the options and all the evidences you brought and have told you you did not win. So everybody should mind themselves. I don't want to see any protesters at the Supreme Court because they will not believe what will happen to them. Anyone who come there intending to protest will be bundled and dealt with accordingly. Anyone who comes there and does not behave himself, quietly listen if that is what you have come for and go home when you should. You come there and you misbehave, clamoring for your candidates without allowing learned people to look into this matter critically and squarely. You will be dealt with accordingly. Everybody should come to the Supreme Court quietly, finish and go. Don't come and cause any form of trouble or stir, because it is important that we get this done once and for all. The Supreme Court is the last resort for everyone who wants to settle a dispute. The Presidential Election Tribunal the cases has been looked upon by 5 senior advocates of Nigeria, 5 justices. However, Obi and Atiku are not satisfied. They have taken it to the Supreme Court. It's no problem at all. It's their right. But we don't want to see anybody come there saying they are protesting. If they do, they will not believe what will happen. This should not be another charade of what happened at the tribunal. We will not let this go on at all. So this is what is happening, and every single person can see that it is important. They understand what our brother, Asari Dakubo is saying. Asari Dakubo say no one see anybody. Now, protesters are not coming to fight. They are only coming to make their stand known, and it's peaceful. It is not against the law for anybody to protest. It's not against the law for anybody to protest. So if anyone is coming there, to protest, so long as they do it peacefully, not disturbing any other person, they are just making their stand and their commitment known. It should not be a problem to anybody. So for Asari Dakubo already sending out a threat that anyone who comes to protest or do one thing or another will be dealt with, then there is a problem. What exactly is he scared of? Or why is he saying protesters must not come around? Supposing they come around, they are peaceful, they raise up their placards insisting on their presidential candidate. That's not what is going to influence the decision of the judge. No. The Supreme Court is a place where people feel that the appeal court has not done justice to their cases and they're able to bring it to the Supreme Court. Then the Supreme Court will look at it considering all the evidences. Like I've heard, I'm not a lawyer, The Supreme Court is not to accept, new evidences. They are just to look at probably what the appeal court missed, why they decided that the case should go in the way it has gone. So Atiku and Obi feel that, vital evidences has been missed. So they want, the appeal court to relook at this thing again. That's why the appeal court is there, okay, to look at what probably to look at, the case more extensively, consider all the evidences that has once be presented to court. So what's the big deal when people came out to protest during the whole appeal court, scenario that happened? It did not affect anybody. It didn't affect anybody. They came there, they were there peacefully. They made their stand known that this was their candidate, either Obi or Atiku or Tinubu. It didn't change. The sky did not turn purple. It didn't turn pink. It didn't turn black. So, and again, it's not like they are going against anything that is, amount to what our constitution says. So what exactly is the problem here? What exactly is the problem? Why can't people go out to protest and to speak on what they want or the preferred candidate? Why must it be a crime that they cannot, raise up their voices, come out and declare it as it should be? Why must it be a problem? What's the problem? What's the problem here? Sincerely, truly speaking, this is what is really getting me really confused with all of this. Because such people, they feel that they have the right to whatever and nobody can speak. And it's sad because these things are happening and nobody is really, really, calling Asari Dakobo to order to say, hey, enough, you can't do that. Nobody is calling him to order. Nobody is telling him enough, back off. You are not the government. You have no right to speak to the people in such a way and such a manner. Nobody is making sure of that. So when you look at the whole thing, it therefore calls for, real urgent attention, asking again and again, do we have two laws? Is there a law that says, some people, can do some things and get away with it, while others can't? What exactly is going on here? Why is it that some people can do some things, get away with it, others can't? What's the real issue here? So these are some of the things that have been going on, that have been happening, and really needs careful attention. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. God bless. Have a fantastic and a lovely day. Bye for now.